Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Planted Carly Flower. I'm Carly and I am a plant enthusiast and collector with over 250 plants in her collection. My collection is mostly Hoyas and Philodendrons, but I do have some randoms mixed in here and there. So I have a little bit of a mixed bag. I would definitely want to get to know all of you better, so definitely hit subscribe if this channel sounds like something you'd be interested in watching. And I welcome to the community. Today we're going to talk about plants that I got that I really didn't expect to love. These are plants that I got on a whim, that I've just fallen in love with, or plants that I never really wanted, found a good deal on and bought it anyway, and ended up absolutely just falling in love with it. So if you want to hear about the plants that made me go ooh and ah once I got them, definitely stick around and we'll talk all about it.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my hair down if I want. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time?
Okay guys, so I have my list here, so if you see me glancing down, I'm just looking at my list so I can stay on track, because I have a squirrel on a wheel up here and sometimes the squirrel falls off the wheel. So we're going to do our best here today to stay on track. And we're going to start off with Hoya Nathalie. So this plant was always very, like, I don't want to say gimmicky to me, but it was never my favorite. I never really cared too much about it. I never really thought it was that pleasing to the eye. All the plants I saw had the weirdest growth patterns and looked all leggy and almost like the stems couldn't support the giant heart-shaped leaves, and it just was never interesting to me. I really don't like seeing people sell the sweetheart Nathalie because I feel like it takes advantage of people, and for some reason that gave me like a negative connotation about the plant in general, even though it's not the plant's fault people are scamming people. For those of you that don't know, the sweetheart one-leaf Nathalie's typically do not have a node, so while the leaf will root from time to time and live for a while, you're never going to get anything more than the one leaf, and eventually it will die off. So it's kind of like a waste of money. So anyway, that's a completely different topic, but I just wanted to let you know what I was talking about, so there's a little FAQ for you if you didn't know. But anyway, so I just really didn't love this plant. I recently found a great seller on Etsy, Gaia's Botanics, and I will link her down below. And I had recently unboxed a Philodendron Golden Dragon from her, which I will link up here if you want to watch that. And I really do enjoy her as a person. I do feel like I've made a friend in the planting community. She ended up being more than a seller to me, as many of my sellers end up becoming. And we chat and we talk and via Instagram, and I think she's great. She's actually one of the sweetest, most down-to-earth people. And I was just perusing on her page one day because I saw she had done a restock, and I saw this Hoya Nathalie variegata that was absolutely beautiful, and I'd never seen one that actually struck my eye as being really gorgeous, and this one was, and it was actually very reasonably priced. It's 5 leaves, a tendril with 2 more leaves coming out, so a potential of 7 leaves, and it was like 80 bucks. And I felt that was a really stellar deal for the plant, and the variegation was beautiful and strong, and I thought, you know what? I actually really do like this plant. I never really wanted a Nathalie before, but I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger, and we're just going to see how it goes. You guys, I have not stopped looking at this plant since I got it. It is stunning. The leaves are so thick and chunky and succulent-like. I can't get enough. I can't get over it. I love it. So absolutely a plant that I did not expect to love. It's been on my plant desk. I can see it from my couch. I can see it from my dining room. I can see it from my kitchen. And I find myself just like, oh, beautiful, you're beautiful. I love it. It's gorgeous. And you know, Maya, the girl who runs the shop, she packaged it so beautifully. It arrived in tip-top condition. The soil mix that it's in is beautiful. I will probably eventually move it to terracotta because it's in the plastic nursery pot right now, but I'm in no rush. The plant looks beautiful. It's stunning, and Maya, you outdid yourself. It's gorgeous. Unfortunately, was so excited to open it that I didn't think to film the opening of the plant, but I'm gonna tell you guys, she's a good one. You need to check her out. The next plant that I didn't expect to love and ended up loving was my mixed bag plant. For those that don't know, I bought what I thought was a Hoya Crimson Queen from Lowe's. No, Home Depot. I'm sorry, I bought it from Home Depot. And I brought it home. I just kind of gave it a quick glance over. It was a little 4-inch pot of queen. And I brought it home and I was filming a video with it, actually, showing it in a haul or something. And I looked at it and I went, what the heck? Half the pot was Hoya Queen and half the pot was Hoya Crimson Princess. And at first I was like, well, now I'm gonna have to separate them because it's not the same plant. And then I got lazy and I never did it, and it grew, and absolutely love it now. It is a mixed bag, part princess, part queen, and I think it just looks so cool like that. I don't intend to separate it. I intend to let it grow big and beautiful. Let me go get it. It's actually just right here. One moment. Here she is. So as you can see, let me see if I'm looking at the right thing here. There's Princess with the middle variegation here, and then there's Queen, and it's trailing and it's beautiful, and I absolutely love it. I think it's so cool that there's 2 different kinds of Hoya in this pot. I might do this with more Hoyas, I don't know, but it's really cool that there's Princess in here and Queen. I absolutely love it. I keep it in my bedroom, and it's one of the plants I find myself staring at the most. I know it's a super common Hoya that you obviously can find in Home Depot, Lowe's, what have you, but I absolutely love it. I did not expect, I actually bought it with the intention of putting it on a shelf to fill up a spot that I had nothing for, and it was just basically going to be a little filler plant until I found something better to put there, and that spot is actually still empty, and I moved this into my bedroom where it gets front and center attention because it's beautiful. It's consistently a grower for me, and I really enjoy it. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. So that is a plant I didn't expect to love as much as I ended up loving it. The other plant that I didn't expect to love was Hoya Nathalie. So the story with this one is kind of funny. I didn't actually intend to buy this plant. I purchased a plant from a friend on Instagram, and something happened to the plant that I purchased. And she's like, I had purchased several plants, and one plant in particular that I wanted, something happened to it and she was unable to ship it to me. Her dog got it or something, and the plant was dead and unable to be shipped. So she said, instead of giving you a refund, why don't you let me send you a mystery plant, something that you might like. And I said, you know what the heck, send me something cool. And she sent me a Hoya Nathalie, and I love it. It's beautiful. It's got this dark outer margin from the grow lights. The leaves are just a very pleasing shape, and they have like a little bend in the middle. And I absolutely love this plant. I've recently transferred it to pond, and it's doing very well. I'm hoping for some growth soon once it fully transitions into the pond. But yeah, I absolutely love the plant. It's gorgeous. And I did not ever think about purchasing a Hoya Nathalie. I had not looked into it. I didn't even really, I mean, I knew it existed, but it never really struck me as something I need to get that plant. I probably wouldn't have ever bought one, or at least not anytime soon, bought one, just because it never hit my radar. And I'm so glad she sent it to me. Jenny, if you're watching this, because it's absolutely beautiful. I love it so much. And I'm actually, even though the plant that ended up dying a sad death, by the way, the dog's fine, a sad death made me sad because it was actually a wish list plant that I didn't get. I'm actually completely okay with it because I ended up getting another plant I might otherwise not have gotten that I absolutely love. There is a silver lining to every cloud, people, and this was mine in this situation. I got a plant that I absolutely love now, that I didn't expect to love. The next one is actually right behind me. And if you watch my plants that I'll never buy again, I said I was never going to buy another one of these plants. God, this is why I never say never. Because I do things like this. I'm never ever going to do that again. 2 days later, I did it. Okay, so I bought this plant back a few months ago, before Christmas. My boyfriend bought it for me, and it was mostly an issue with the seller. They sold me a plant that was never destined to live. It had no roots. The plant had a hollow stem. It was dying when I got it, and there was no saving it. and the growth point ended up rotting away, and it was just a big old mess. And I said, I'm never buying another one of those plants. But I saw this plant on Instagram. A friend of mine was selling it, Homestead Plants. I'll link her down below as well. And the variegation was so beautiful that I said, you know what, maybe one more time. Maybe I'll try it one more time. And that is the Syngonium Albo. And I thought, you know what, I'll try it again. Who knows, if I don't love it, it won't be hard to sell. Because it's got great variegation, it's really pretty. It came with these 3 leaves, and this growth point was coming in, and it's about to unfurl, but you can see that it's going to have beautiful variegation when it comes out. And I thought, you know what, if I don't love it, then I will just sell it. And it won't be any different. It was a great price. I paid $50 for basically what was a 4-leaf plant at the time. This leaf hasn't even unfurled yet, and it's already pregnant. So I thought, you know, whatever. It won't be hard to sell if I hate it. Guys, I love it. I look at this plant every single time I come into my bedroom. I look at this plant. I stare at it. It's beautiful. I'm so glad that I gave it a second chance and brought it back into my collection. It is in moss, and look at those roots, you guys. Look at those beautiful, beautiful roots. I did decide to go ahead and leave this in moss for the time being. I'm just fertilizing on my own. And this leaf has the least amount of variegation, but it's more like a green variegation, because it does have some variegation. It's just not as prominent. But the next leaf, obviously, that came out is going to be beautifully variegated. It's on the top of my Mills bow with its own little grow light, and it's loving life. I'm so happy that I gave it a second chance, guys. I did not anticipate falling in love with this plant as much as I did. It's beautiful. So yeah, that is my Syngonium Albo. The other plant that I didn't anticipate loving as much as I did is my Florida Ghost. And let me just go grab that. I did take video footage, and I'll show you that too. But let me grab it. Here she is in all of her splendor and glory, my Florida Ghost. Okay, so this was a little bit of a roller coaster ride too. I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and a local-ish nursery was opening up in Farmington. I messaged them since they were closed, and I figured shipping would literally be a day. Even for priority, they're in the same state. And I told her I wanted to look at what kind of philodendrons and what kind of Hoyas she had. When she said she had a philodendron Florida Ghost, a 4-leafer, for, I want to say $130, I said, okay, yeah, absolutely. She told me she was running out to Arizona for a vacation, and she would ship it when she got back. I did end up being a little disappointed. She did message me when she got back saying that there was a mistake made and one of the leaves was yellowing. I was expecting a 4-leaf Hoya, or a 4-leaf philodendron, sorry. Hoyas are just, everything's a Hoya to me at this point. I was expecting a 4-leaf Florida Ghost. When I got it, it was only 3 leaves, and one of the leaves was dying. So I ended up with a 2-leafer when I thought I was getting a 4, then a 3-leafer with a dying leaf, and then I just ended up with 2 leaves. But it's okay, because it's beautiful. The leaves are beautiful, turning green very nicely. It does have some dry tips from the change in, I'm assuming, environment, which is fine. I haven't had this that long, maybe a month. It's got a new growth point. I don't know if you guys can see that growth point. Yeah. And it's doing really well. I'm very, very happy with it. Oh, I just noticed it's got another little growth point right there too. It's got 2 growth points. Can you see both of them? I don't know if you can see both of them. The other one's really small. But yeah, the petioles are super bumpy and fuzzy, and I actually really love this plant. Even though it was a little bit of a disappointment that I wasn't getting the biggest plant, I did appreciate the seller messaging me, telling me the issue, letting me know that one of the leaves was dying. I'm still a little confused as to why it wasn't 4 leaves with 1 dying leaf, and ended up being 3 leaves with 1 dying leaf. But it's a healthy plant, and more leaves will come, and that's fine. So I definitely did not expect to be as in love with the Florida Ghost. It was kind of a whim purchase. I knew I liked Florida Ghosts. I've seen lots of them. Wild Fern here on YouTube, I'll link her down below, has a beautiful Florida Ghost that she calls Casper. And I've always admired her Florida Ghost, but I never really thought I would go out of my way to get one. I am definitely getting more into philodendrons as time goes by, even though I'm always still going to be a Hoya head at heart. But I ended up really enjoying this plant. I think it's beautiful. I cannot wait to get a leaf under my care so that I can ooh and ah over it. But yeah, those are 5 plants that I got that I didn't expect to love as much as I did. What about you guys? Have you ever brought a plant randomly into your collection and ended up just becoming one of your favorites, like immediately? And you're like, wow, I didn't expect that level of love for this plant. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if that's ever happened to you, or just even tell me what one of your favorite plants in your collection is, or maybe even a plant that you regret getting rid of. That's a fun one. So yeah, definitely leave me a comment down below. Like and subscribe if you would love to see more content from me. I do hope that you will and that you'll stick around. I am on Instagram and TikTok under the Planted Carly Flower. It's pretty much the same everywhere, and I would love to see you guys on there as well. So yeah, definitely let me know what you think. I can't wait to talk to you guys some more. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I hope you get to spend a lot of quality time with your plant babies today. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you soon.